everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Knee-Slapping K-Pop podcast. I am Kayla, and today I am joined with Sammi.
Hello, hello.
And Maria.
Shit pile. Dumpster fire. This is the worst of the worst. And hi, I'm Maria. How's it going?
It is the worst of the worst because we have finished our look back in all years of K-pop. We are now here to talk about our top 15 worst songs of all time. And that's going to be a list.
Experience.
Very educating. It'll be such a time. What a time.
I mean, it is. The list is interesting because we have stayed to our usual rule of only one song per artist.
Right.
Because this list would be very different if we were allowed multiples.
Very different list if we could put multiple songs
list.
per artist. Very different.
But I do think it is both it's our personal least favorites and also does really show the trends.
It does. The trends and our opinions on the trends.
Oh yeah. Also, these are ranked perfectly.
Yes,
these
we did rank them.
They're not chronological. No, we rank shit in this podcast. We don't take the easy way out of being like in no particular order. This isn't a particular
These are ranked.
order.
We have a definitive worst song of all time here that we will be revealing.
Honestly, yes. I think we have a very definitive bottom 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
bottom 8.
Granted, a lot of these songs, you could probably interchange a few of them in a different list, but this is the one time.
I'm gonna be honest with
I will
you.
tell you, this is the one time I am in agreement with both of these. Both are both. Both are worst, both are best.
The top 5 on this list are in a very specific order.
Yes, they are.
Everything else, up, bottom, down, placement, up, placement. By the way, everybody, we're recording this in the morning. We never record in the morning, so that might be why we're a little off.
Yes.
I mean, I'm okay.
You've been up for hours. I've been up for 10 minutes.
This is like the earliest we've ever recorded a podcast in a day.
We're doing this because where I live, a snowstorm's going to happen in the evening. And I have to traverse elsewhere in the day. So, yeah.
Here we are.
And you know what?
Love the
Kayla
weather.
And I are just thriving in our pajamas.
Yes, we're in the morning hours. Here we are.
I'm in yoga pants.
We don't need to traverse the country.
I'm in yoga pants, so it's okay. That's my plan to traverse is yoga pants.
So before Maria gets snowed in, let's go.
We gotta get a move on.
I think we still have some time, but we still have some time.
We got hours.
We got time.
We got a couple hours, at least a few hours, but
we do have to record the podcast we are here to record.
Yeah.
After all the disclaimers are out of the way.
You can't shit talk the entire time.
15th worst.
I was also just going to stick around to the end, and Sammi has done a wonderful statistical analysis on all of our top 10 worst songs of all the years. So if you want to listen to that, we'll have that at the end of the episode.
Can you tell we all work in STEM?
Yes.
Stats. Love stats.
Who else does statistical analysis on their own opinions?
We do.
We do?
You know, it's great. I love it. I love this. This is cute nerd shit. I love it.
It's great. We love it.
All right. So our 15th worst song of all time.
Oh, wait. Is this me?
It is.
Yes.
It is me. The 15th worst song of all time. A real iconic piece of treasure from back in the early days of second-gen K-pop, where the attempts to make it big in the States were truly just attempts, if not failures. And this is for sure probably the worst of those attempts. This is The DJ Is Mine by the Wonder Girls.
Also, apparently a collaboration with the Nick Cannon girl group Schoolgirls.
Yes.
Schoolgirls, but girls spelled Gyrls.
Sounds more like grills, but that's besides the point.
You forget that they're in this, and yet they are. So here's the thing. I also think that a lot of the songs we put on this list are here for many reasons.
Yes.
One, they sound like garbage.
Mhm.
That's like the number one reason. That is the given. And then they are also just symptoms of just terrible shit that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being, why the fuck are JYP and Nick Cannon hanging out? That's a terrible combination of people.
This is a horribly
We hate that.
failed foray into the American market as well.
Failed foray into the American market.
And this is like, I think, the only one we have listed from the American market.
The other thing with this one is I also think this one is a symptoms of the early 2000s, like, just weird girl group phase where they just tried to make them so racially ambiguous for no reason.
And also
Because
just
I
the real
genuinely
heavy
think
emphasis
in that
on
music
shitty
video-
electronic sound.
That too.
Yeah.
But I want to specifically point out the fact, and I will
And
always bring it
auto-tune.
up when we talk about this song, that watch that music video, I genuinely have a theory that they are trying to mask the fact that all these girls are Asian.
Oh yeah.
And
And I
that's
agree, and I
depressing.
kind of agree with that theory, because it's
Look
like,
at that
you don't
music
see
video.
close-ups of their
Why
faces.
don't they have lighting? Why can't I see them?
It's
very
bad.
weird.
It's very
It's
weird.
really bad.
It is really weird.
And then they just sound like shit. It's just really generic.
Mhm.
It could have been a really bad Pussycat Doll song
Oh yeah.
from the early 2000s. It still would have been a shit Pussycat Girl song,
Right.
but could have been. I also love the fact that we're still trying to hide it's a collaboration. When you have to hide so much about the group and the song, I think you've made a thing you regret.
Yeah. At
They
some point.
they hide it's a collaboration. They hide that the girls are Asian. They sneak a Nick Cannon in there for no reason. You know, it's just a lot of hiding.
Yeah, and it's at that point, if you're trying to hide that your Korean girl group is Korean, it's like, why would you even try to push them in America anyway?
Mm-hmm. It also was the weird, like, push of Wonder Girls into Nickelodeon for some reason.
Yeah, that's also a time that happened, and it did nothing for anyone involved.
Which also means
Yeah.
that the song is trying to be, like, a hot club banger that can also be played on Nickelodeon, which is, like, an oxymoron.
Yeah, that feels like that's not a thing that should exist, really.
I don't know, man. It just feels like I felt like there's an idea here. I just feel like they had the idea and then had 15 restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm like, why? Wonder Girls and then Wonder Girls would find success in America by being Wonder Girls.
Right.
With nobody. And that's just them being them. They're not hiding anything. That song is like, yeah, full in English, but I know that they're Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, JYP's there, but you know, he's not being a full nuisance.
Right.
You don't have, like, everything that they, with, like, I don't say that they're the same song, but, like, it just feels like anything that they did super wrong with, the DJ's Mine, they fixed with nobody, and then it actually got them popular.
You know,
It's not weird electronic bullshit.
It's not. The weird
At
electronic bullshit was really going on for too long in K-pop.
I mean, granted, I think it was a symptom from what was happening, like, in the States with electronic
Well,
pop
yeah,
music,
definitely.
but
Electronic
that was a
bullshit went
phase
on
I
for
feel
too
like
long in the States.
I will say that is probably so far the most dated version of pop music, in my opinion. I still think that
yeah.
it's the most
it
dated
is.
and the
Yeah,
one
there's
that's the
a
most
reason we
cringiest
call it-
of the lot.
We call, and again, weird electronic bullshit is almost the uncanny valley of
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Like, it is music.
Like, there's still
But is
weird
it?
electronic music, but, like, I feel like it's done in a more experimental way
look.
nowadays, and that's more of, like, if you like that,
Here's
you
the
like that. If you
thing.
don't, you don't.
The
kinda
weird
deal.
electronic, it doesn't fall into the, we found the bridge to, like, make it normal music. Not the weird uncanny valley of music where it could have also kind of been a Vocaloid.
Because
saying.
that's really the genre of music that got music producers like real mad at like dubstep and like things that were happening where it's like
Yeah.
it was so not like traditional music that it got a lot of people mad,
like,
and that
look,
was, I know, a big
Look,
topic
we are
of
children
discussion.
of the early. We are children of the 2000s, early 2010s. We like our fair share of weird electronic bullshit.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of it's nostalgia for us, but like, we also can admit that there's a lot of garbage in there. A
Mhm.
lot. a lot of it does not stand the test of time.
No.
And a lot of it wasn't good at the time.
Nope.
I think we need to move on,
We
though,
do.
to us. We have okay.
This one. Okay.
This is the only song on this in which I truly think no one else would ever put it on their list. One, we hate it because of everything it stands for as a song.
Yes.
And also because we think they've never sounded worse.
Yes.
Because at number 14, we have TVXQ's Keep Your Head Down.
Probably the only opinion that might have people with the pitchforks at us, probably. Let's be real here.
Look,
if there is anything
let's just get
pitchfork,
this out of the way before we get into the whole other reason we have it on here.
Uh-huh.
TVXQ, two-member TVXQ to me,
Bad.
always infinitely worse.
Bad group.
Infinitely worse. But two-member TVXQ has also never sounded worse than on this song, because truly, they have no business singing this song.
Nope.
No
None.
business. It plays to none of their strengths. Their strengths are not power and, like, aggression. That is not the strengths I would give these two men in their
absolutely
vocal
not.
talents. They're not intimidating, which is, like, the only thing this song needs.
Right.
It's not smooth, it's not sexy, it's not, like, charming in any capacity, so what exactly
It's full.
do they
It's a
bring to
song
the
full
table?
of rage, really.
And I'm sorry, I wouldn't call these two people rage, like, I'm sure that they are angry on the inside.
Yeah.
Petty bitches that they are.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Mhm.
they have no ability to convey that in a song.
No.
There's a difference between having emotional a rage, and being able to convey it.
Yeah.
They're incompetent at this
For
style.
this song, too, there's something about this song that just reeks SM overreaching of them wanting to
Mhm.
push a message through TVXQ. Whether the remaining two TVXQ's members wanted to do that or not who knows, but they still,
Who's to
nonetheless,
say?
it was still put out there anyways. But I get the stench that, like, this definitely was one of the times where I felt the most SM overreach of them trying to subtly push a message. Like,
Is
oh,
it
it's about a
subtle?
relationship. Really, SM?
Really?
Really?
Is it
But
subtle?
Really?
I wouldn't call this subtle. I would call this
Well,
smacking
subtle in
someone over the head
quotes.
with a hammer.
Subtle in quotes.
Like, you can't make a song called Keep Your Head Down and then also blacklist the three members of the group that left your group
Yeah.
from all South Korean television.
Who left and sued you and then won their lawsuit to change how idol contracts had to work in the industry. Like, you can't do
Mhm.
It
that.
just
Like,
feels it feels like petty bullshit. And, like, usually I love when the drama's turned up to an 11. But when it's about real life petty bullshit where you're clearly in the wrong.
yeah, it's like this song, it's on the wrong side of history. Like, you are
It
not in the
is.
right. Like, everything about it, I was like, nothing that you were trying to do here was good. Like, everything about it is bad.
And look, I'm not a TVXQ fan, but I think, this song gets covered more than it ever gets done by them.
It
Because
does get
I've
covered
seen-
weirdly a lot.
It does, but I don't really see anyone talking about it as a TVXQ song.
Mhm.
Because also, I feel like, I wonder what the thoughts of their fans were.
I know, because I can't imagine that you can be a TVXQ fan and still support this song given what
But
it,
also, at
and
the
what it
same
stands
time,
for.
they continue to support the group.
That's true.
Who's to say?
That's true. Who
Being a
knows?
TVXQ fan sounds like a minefield.
Honestly,
It's like they're up there with
probably
like
is.
the Super Junior people who are up here standing members of Super Junior for things other than the music. Like it's
Where they
we're in a
stand things like
slippery
their
s-
crimes?
Yeah, we're on a slippery slope now. Like
Fair enough. But, like, just generally speaking, I think that fundamentally it's a terrible message.
horrible message.
And also, they cannot convey the message. Like, we have had songs that do bad messages in K-pop, like, that are actually about, you know,
Cheating and
other
shit.
things. Cheating and things, but, like, one that's fictional. At least the story being told to me is fictional, and I have no proof that those members engage in that behavior. I have proof that the members of TVXQ have engaged in some questionable behavior.
Like it was like it's a song that may or may not be about like very real
May or
events,
may
or may not in quotes.
Very real events.
A very
that
real
are
event that happened
Yeah.
very
with
recently before
no
this song came out.
nuance,
So
Yeah.
and like we know how complicated the TVXQ situation was.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complicated situation. Especially not so much amongst SM versus these members, amongst probably the members and each other. There's a lot of emotions. I can't imagine it was
And
an
like,
easy
and to
time
also give a
for
benefit
them
of the
as
doubt to the
personalities.
two who stuck with SM. They
But-
might have just did that mainly because they were threatened also
Yes.
by SM to
But
be
here's
sued
the
to
thing.
oblivion for all
Here's
we
where
know.
my thing continues to be. This song doesn't help them in any capacity.
No, it doesn't.
To seem sympathetic.
Mhm.
And two, at the end of the day, not only did they make a questionable song where it just makes them sound vindictive, which I could also imagine is SM's way of sort of almost passing the buck, but also at the same time, they did it badly.
yeah,
Like, that's the other thing. At the end of the day, if this song sounded good, it wouldn't be here. They did it very poorly.
they did. Song does not sound the best.
No, it doesn't sound good.
Nope.
Period. Alright. We can't keep going over the TVXQ situation.
No, because
over
it's
and over
it's
and over
a
again.
very outraging situation. Honestly,
It is. It is. It is. But
Yes.
now we go. I think we've reached a lull where we have less rage for the next couple.
Yeah. So at number 13, we have Oh Oh by NMIX. And this is honestly, surprisingly low on the list because number
Yes.
one, NMIX does make good music now, so that is
Yes.
good thing to start off
The
with.
other thing
But we
is,
can't
I feel
deny,
like
this was a wild
was a-
time when this
oh,
song
what a
was
time.
released.
Bad start.
What a
This was a
time
bad
it
start.
was.
God, it was a rough start.
I mean, this was
Oh
like
my
a
God.
bad, like, full year and like a half for this group.
Uh-huh.
Because it went real poorly for a while
It
until
did.
we got Love Me Like That.
Yeah.
But I think there's a couple things that like bring it lower. Because like when we first heard the song, we thought it was one of the worst things we'd ever heard in our lives.
Awful.
Oh,
like,
God.
Absolutely
And,
terrible.
Just,
One,
I was like, what the hell is happening?
And here's the thing. A year later, because it's been a full year
Yes.
since this song came out. Over a year.
God,
a full
that's
like
wild.
almost 2 years later. This song, not that it gets better, it's
Mhm.
one less jarring, especially after going through the entire history of K-pop
Right.
and being like, this is just a symptom of a wider problem
Right.
of mixed pop. And two, the fact that middle bit's kind of good
Yeah, it is.
makes it like, well, there's a part of it I don't hate the entire 3 minutes.
Right.
I just hate most of it.
Right. It's like there is
And
a
also-
part of that song that is good. Like there's some like good part of it. The actual structure of the song
The structure is
still garbage. Like that's still bad. Like
That entire middle bit should have been, looking at where NMIX is now, currently, that middle bit of that song would have been an absolutely wonderful debut for that
fantastic
group.
debut song. Yeah. It's just that
Given
JYP
that, like-
doesn't know what the fuck they're
No.
doing.
Because also, given that, like, looking at NMIX is, like, not gone for that super aggressive, almost, like, Blackpink style of K-pop.
Mhm.
They found infinitely more success in that, like, lighter, more fun style.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's infinitely better for them. So that middle bit is really where they needed to focus their energy.
hmm
And where it all could have gone.
Right.
So that would have been great. But, like, the other bits are bad.
It's really not good. Like
But the other thing I will say is I do think the members of NMIX are talented,
yeah.
unlike some other people
Yes.
that
Can't
we'll get
say
to on
that
this
for
group.
every
Can't
group
say that
on
for
this
everyone.
list. Cannot say that for
Nope.
everyone.
Yeah, we have,
So,
like,
like, at the very
especially
least,
shout
they
out
are
to
making-
Lily.
Love Lily.
The-
Absolutely.
Lily's
Love
Lily,
great.
and
Lily.
just the iconic little video clip she had of herself last year after she did a live stream. Amazing. Incredible. Iconic. Hilarious. Just love it. Give her some more love.
at-
She's great. She could
So
sing
at the
too.
end of the day, I do think the members are doing the best with the material given to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the unfortunate material given to them.
And even like some of their most recent song, like Sonia Breaker, like that, I don't love that song, but that's not like I don't hate it. Like it's annoying, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. So
Exactly.
We've like
Again,
definitely made like huge improvements to the music style there.
Oh yeah. And
it almost sounds like as if
the main issue will always be JYP not knowing what to do with them.
Whatever the
given that
sub-label's
now
called,
he
what's their sub-label called again?
I don't remember.
I forget. They're labeled,
I
they're
don't
like a
remember.
sub-label under, I don't know.
I don't care
Whoever's running
about
their label under JYP. That's under JYP.
Yeah.
It's like they actually listen to fans almost, or just people in general. We're like,
there's no
let's
way
make the
they
music
didn't
better.
hear the terrible backlash that
No.
got and didn't make a drastic turn.
It's
from
impossible to not hear the terrible backlash got because it was also publicized.
Mm-hmm.
It was
on the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail talked about it. What the fuck?
Some of the K-pop music ever made.
Yeah.
Why is the Daily Mail talking about this?
Looking back and having looked at all of the other K-pop that's come out over the past years, it's very interesting that the only thing we all agreed on is this song that like is very bad, but is by far not the worst thing I've ever heard in K-pop.
And it's
if we were allowed multiples on this list, this song wouldn't be on here.
Right.
It's
and
like
this
great.
song,
I love how this song just brought the whole K-pop internet
it's
community
truly
together.
not often you see that where the general public is just like, oh, this is bad. Like everyone was on the same page with that. And of course, like people grew as people like got to know the group more and sort of like Stockholm syndrome themselves into the song.
Yeah.
People like it now, but it's like,
NMIXX.
yeah, sure. I get that. I get that happening. It's a normal thing that happens.
I like them just fine. I don't think I'll ever get to the point where the song is like a thing I have on a playlist.
Not a thing I will listen to ever, this song. Especially when there are other better NMIXX songs that I can listen to.
There's so many better NMIXX songs. Again, I do think that the main issue JYP has is legitimately just trying to keep them separate enough from ITZY.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the biggest issue.
Would be really easy if he had clear distinctions between them.
Yeah.
He just continues to have them in this weird gray area, and I'm like, just make them clear concepts. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it's not. I mean, granted, maybe part of that's because of the fact that NMIXX is under a sub-label, and it could be argued that the sub-label's trying to copy JYP, but I don't know.
That's all. It's all under JYP. I truly, honestly, I don't think that the corporation of JYP, the massive K-pop label, doesn't have enough control to get their sub-labels under control.
Right.
That sounds like an excuse.
Yeah.
To me. And I don't let corporations give me excuses. Come on, they have too much time and money.
And that we know of. Maybe they're just all secretly broke.
No, don't let them
I'm
lie
kidding,
to you.
I'm kidding.
Do not let the corporations
I'm kidding.
Like
I'm
this.
kidding.
That is how they keep
They're
the
probably
workers down do not let the corporations keep a worker down by pitting workers against each other. The corporations are the real enemy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or is it the shareholders?
The corporations are the real enemy. That includes the shareholders.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Although the corporate structure is the real enemy. Do not let them keep the poor
So basically,
man down.
children, just don't be a shareholder, whatever you do in life. Or else to be hated, I guess.
The children don't have money to be shareholders. Where are we getting this money?
I don't know. So one of them could potentially be. They could try to be a soft
And if
bro.
they have that kind of money, they are part of the problem.
A child having that amount of money is...
A child having that amount of money is part of the problem.
Yeah. It's me.
Do not let the corporations pit the poor against each other.
Ooh.
Should
all right. Moving on from that. Raw capitalism.
Fuck capitalism.
In the words of Lily, raw capitalism. Nuh-uh,
fuck capitalism.
But kinda.
We don't support capitalism on this podcast.
We do not love capitalism.
Oh man,
especially late stage capitalism.
Yes.
Late stage capitalism.
Before we go on, before we go
shitty
on a
K-pop,
rant about
back to shitty
Girl,
yeah,
K-pop.
whatever the heck's going on in the U.S. in
Number
terms
12.
of that, I don't like. But anyways, moving on. Oh boy, another late second gen, early third gen girl group on our list. I don't know which time period. I might have to be reminded. I think late
They're
second
second gen, I'm pretty sure.
I feel it feels second gen.
This
They
is
feel
too
second
early.
gen, yeah.
Yeah, this
early
is
for
a girl
third.
group that in the beginning, before their big smash hit, some of their songs were choices. They were choices.
Most of them were choices.
Most of them were choices. And here's one of those choices. At number 12, we have Oh My God by Girls' Day.
So Girls' Day, most people remember Girls' Day as a very good group, and I do too. Mainly just because I had
Thanks to something.
thought about thanks to something, thanks to a lot of their recent songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you're like, oh shit.
You forget.
They had no idea what they were doing.
rough
Oh, really? It's
patch.
like 5-member Girls' Day that was back. Because all the good songs is when they were 4-member Girls' Day, but 5-member
Yes,
Girls'
but
Day
I don't want to
when...
really blame that one girl.
No, it wasn't
for all
because
the
of her.
problems.
It was something, I don't know what it is, but conveniently,
just think that
something like when they had once
I
they
think
lost
that
a
the main
member, they
issue
got
was
better
that
music.
this group went through a very clear concept change.
Yes.
Because all these are cute songs, and the main problem is their voices sound like shit because they're being forced to sing in that cute style.
Yeah.
That was especially prominent in second-gen K-pop.
Oh god,
Right.
yeah.
Where you're singing an octave higher than what you naturally
And
want
the
to sing.
shitty use of autotune with girl
And the shitty
groups.
use of autotune.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're trying to make these girls sing about an octave or two higher, and they need to be able to sing it well, which is unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate.
So then they proceed to just sound like shit. And, you know, the minute that you make them sing normal and give them a concept that fits the group, holy shit, they become good.
Crazy how
miracle.
that works. You know?
It's shocking.
Shocking.
A lot of it was growing pains, I think, because they did eventually figure it out.
They did.
But
It
God,
really
it was a rough time.
took way longer to get there than I remember it. Like, it was really...
It's interesting because I
a
think
rough
now we're so
time.
used to K-pop, like, switching concepts, like, almost immediately after debut. Like, you just, especially girl groups, you see
Right.
them, like, go do, like, 15 different concepts. Especially in, like, the early gen, it felt like they tried to, like, really make the one concept work for so long.
They really did.
Because it would have been, I'm shocked Girls' Day, because they weren't they weren't super popular.
Mhm.
They didn't blow up until they changed the concept. So I'm
Right.
shocked that they stuck with it for as long as they did.
Honestly.
I don't know. There's only so many ways you can say something shit.
It's so rough.
It's just a rough time.
It really
for everyone
was bad.
involved.
Just a rough, dark age for the girl groups, honestly. I consider second-gen girl groups to kind of mostly be in a dark age, honestly. A lot of them were in the dark
I think
ages.
a lot of them only got good later on.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of the early times of the second-gen girl groups are the roughest time, and either
Yeah.
they never figured it out, or they figured it out and got good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
Which
really
is also
weird
something you
trend.
can say for, like, the next girl group.
I know,
because
because I was gonna say it's a weird trend that it's like for a lot of the second gen girl groups, and I'm not saying this is every second gen girl group, but for a decent amount of them, they like don't make good music until we're in like the third gen of K-pop or so.
Yeah.
they take
Maybe
a
they were
really
just-
long time to figure their shit out. Like,
Maybe they were just ahead of their time. They could make third-gen music,
right?
but we weren't at third-gen music yet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the music that they end up making that's good is just very contemporary to the third-gen landscape.
Oh yeah.
Not so much to whatever's going on in second-gen with the electronic bullshit.
Right.
Speaking of electronic bullshit,
Here we are
we have
again.
a group that did
More
like, the same thing.
electronic bullshit from the second generation of K-pop. Take it away, Sammi. Ooh.
Because at number 11, we have 4 Minute with Music.
Music.
Music spelled as a
It's the
K.
same thing. Like, I think 4 Minute debuts very
Except
well.
worse.
Hot issue, great. And then sharp decline. for like a little
really
bit.
sharp decline, yeah.
Until they figure it out.
It's
And
not
it's
until
just-
Volume Up, I think,
Yeah,
they
I would
started
say
to
that's
figure
the
it out.
turnaround.
Yeah, I would say
The
Volume
middle
Up is,
period
like, the
between
first.
their
And, like,
debut and
Up
Volume Up
doesn't-
was was
It's
it?
rough.
Oh, God.
And here's the thing, I think
Rough.
Volume Up does sound very contemporary to at least, like, I don't know if Volume Up is, like, fully in 3rd gen,
Right.
but it doesn't sound like the
That electronic bullshit.
stereotypical.
At least it's not as
second-gen
electronic
stuff.
bullshit as a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff was going on in the 2nd gen.
I think they just finally figured out how 4-minute strengths are,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, like, not in whatever the fuck this is.
No.
Whatever the fuck music is not the strengths. I don't know, it just feels very, like... The other thing with the electronic bullshit music is that it just sounds... One, it sounds terrible, and two, it sounds so interchangeable
Mm-hmm.
that, like, you can't tell who anybody is. They're so
No.
drowned out by the song, by the auto-tune, by everything else,
Yeah.
that you can't tell what group is what anymore. It's hard.
It's very hard.
They're buried.
It's like, it's the electronic bullshit on top of the auto-tune. It is, it's just, too much is going on in the 2nd gen.
And, like, this is something that has nothing to do with the music, on top of the weird fucking styling.
Oh, the styling
and
was
also
another
the fact that,
thing.
like, I don't think K-pop was growing, but they, one, didn't have enough money yet, but also maybe had, like, more money than they'd ever had before.
Mhm.
So, like, I don't know if they knew how to spend any money.
Oh, yeah.
It was just very... Like, it's the era of, like, random cars in the background for no reason. Like, they're not driving them, but they're just there.
Right,
They
right.
exist. It's the era of ridiculous LED lights, but everyone's still in the box sets. Like, it just feels very, like... It's a transition period. Because I do think by 3rd gen, we start to actually get money involved. I think it's something necessary to happen, but does feel like a bad mistake in retrospect.
It does.
It's a transition period. You may, evolution. You're growing, maturing. It's the K-pop teenage years.
Mm-hmm. What a time.
All right. Speaking of a thing that we keep having on this list, but we got one.
Unfortunately.
We got one nominee for it.
We do. So at number 10 on the list, we've got Coco Sori with Dark Circle.
Our nominee for the thing I think we had the most of.
Uh-huh.
We'll get to the stats, but the thing we had the most of, which is weird, Nugu Sexy.
Nugu Sexy is like, what are we doing here?
Oh, the
What's
Weird
leather.
exploited Nugu Sexy.
It's giving like,
please be.
oh, the
Dark Circle by
implications
Coco
are
Sori.
gross. The implications
Everything
are gross.
about Nugu Sexy makes me uncomfortable entirely because of everything going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes me uncomfortable.
It's bad, and then the more you know about Coco Sori as a group, and like just the absolute disaster of that was, it like doesn't make any of it better either. It was just all around
It's a bad idea.
a bad time. And it's weird Nugu Sexy, but it's also like the weird quirky Nugu that is also being done really, really poorly as well.
It just feels like a bad idea.
Because this is the one with like weird broccoli man in the music
broccoli
video,
man.
and like who
Weird
knows what...
latex outfits that look like they're from a sex shop.
Yeah, it's bad. It somehow is combining the Nugu Sexy and the Nugu Quirky in like the worst ways you can do either of those concepts.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's not
I hate
good.
it a lot. Moving on.
Yep.
Moving on, because oh at number 9, oh god, collaborations, man, collaborations. Just
Sometimes they shouldn't happen.
sometimes they just should not happen. This is one of them. This is at number 9. It is the unfortunately iconic, but bad iconic, Chokwon JYP Hyoyeon, and I think I'm missing someone else.
I think Min of Miss A is
Min.
in there.
Min's
Yeah.
Min. The weird, mostly JYP, but actually an SM
But
Station
SM
song
Station.
collab, Born to Be Wild. I just
I would
I don't
one
know
like
what's-
to recommend no one go watch the music video if you don't want a migraine.
Might
Um,
also
don't
might
watch it
trigger
if
a
you have, like-
seizure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also might
if you
trigger a
get light
seizure.
sensitivity seizures, don't watch this music
I'm
video.
shocked you can put that on the internet without a light sensitivity warning.
I don't think
I'm
you
impressed.
should. I feel
mean,
like
they
you should
do-
have a
They did.
warning
They
There
put the
is
old
one on
clips
the
for
video.
Pokemon from
It's
that
a lot.
episode.
True.
But,
that was like the Polygon
the
one.
thing.
The Porygon, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Mhm.
Terrible time for that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to point out that this song isn't. It's a lot, and also they yell the entire thing.
The song also is awful.
It
It's
sounds
just
awful.
really bad.
Number
But I
one
want to
song
point
sounds
out
awful.
that they
yeah.
yell the entire. They don't sing any of it.
No.
They yell it. I'm being yelled at in a song,
Yes.
including by JYP.
Oh,
and
definitely.
JYP, don't fucking yell at me. How dare you? I will not be
Rude.
yelled at by JYP.
The JYP comes in like a jump scare too. It's like the
does.
JYP the man
Ugh.
did not need
Yeah.
to be here, or you did
Did
not need
not.
to put your
He really
actual
did not
face
need to
in
be
here.
Ugh.
I hate it so much.
It's awful.
I also don't like Jo Kwon, like, weirdly. I don't know what's going on with him in this.
I don't know
He's got
either.
weird vibes.
He is like it's so weird. Jokwon in this song is so bizarre. I don't know what's going on.
It just feels very.
He doesn't feel like he
understand-
belongs here.
No. Like, I understand that these three people might be friends.
Right.
Weird friendship group, but okay. Not JYP the man.
No.
The other three.
Yes.
Might be actual friends.
Right, like that's a friendship I understand,
And, like,
but
that's great.
concept-wise in the music video, I'm like, why are you here, my guy? Like,
Sometimes you don't need to work with your friends. Sometimes your personal life and your professional life should be separate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
That is for sure.
it's too much. It's
Just
I'm
because
sure
you're good
these three
friends doesn't
friends
mean
have
you'll
a-
make good music together.
Look, just because y'all three like to go to karaoke together doesn't mean you'll make good music.
right.
Because, like, those three people couldn't make more different music.
Oh, I know.
Fucking the fucking 2 a.m. ballad group with Miss A, with Girl Gen. Like, those are not three groups that should collab.
No. Nope. It's just
A bad idea.
what are you guys doing? I don't understand what they're doing.
So, number 8.
Number 8.
I just got one quote from one of my favorite Christmas films of all time to say for this one, and it is, end quote, I don't know what to say except it's Christmas and we're all in misery.
Yep.
End
Right.
quote.
We were always going to have a Christmas song on this list.
Right.
We were always going to have
We
one.
definitely
And we were always going to have
being
a song
the
by
people
this
we
group.
are, the Christmas
Yes.
representation needed to be here.
And,
And, like,
the definitive
this
bad
group was
Christmas
always
song.
going to be on this list.
Right.
One wouldn't think it would be this combination,
Mhm.
but also it is maybe the worst Christmas song I've ever heard.
Yes.
Including the problematic ones.
Yes.
So at number 8, we have Christmas Evil by Stray Kids.
Jingle, jingle, jingle all the way. You got me spinning, jingle, 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 돌겠네. 빙판위 Christmas. Sir, sir. Run, run, run. I already know presents costing up.
Christmas hip hop is not a thing.
My
That's not a thing.
just like favorite thing about it is like I can't believe it's going so hard at trying to be a Christmas song and also going so hard
Not
at
at
not
all.
being a Christmas song like at the same time. Like both
Like,
of those things
I
are
truly
happening
think
together.
Bang Chan wrote a song, and then JYP was like, you know? But like,
What if we made it
they
a
were gonna
Christmas
They were
song?
always gonna have a December release,
Right.
and then he presents the December album. He's like, but like, what if we just made it a Christmas December release?
Mhm.
And then we ended up with this, and the world is worse for it.
The world is in a worse place for it. It's
Because
I
it's
don't
so
I don't
not
understand.
Christmas. Ugh,
I
man.
truly don't associate Christmas with sirens.
I don't know why
Except
we're
that
doing
one
that.
Christmas song that was going around on TikTok.
Oh,
like,
with the
last
car
year.
crash announcement in the middle of the song. That
That
one.
song is better than this one, and that
Yeah.
involves someone thinking their husband died in a car crash.
Oh my god. Wait, where is
Don't
this
worry,
from?
it was all fine.
It was crazy. Oh my
The
god,
70s?
crazy.
Oh god.
The 70s were a weird time. Also,
Wait,
I
which
never
song
thought
from
I
the
would hate a
70s? Grandma
Oh,
got run over
God,
by a
what's it-
reindeer?
No. It's infinitely it's infinitely weirder than Grandma's got run over by a
Yeah.
reindeer. I forgot what it's called. I'll find it later.
Oh,
I
it's
never
so
thought I
weird.
would look.
It's
I'll
not
say
by
this.
the Carpenters, is it?
No.
Okay. I was
No.
about to say no, not them.
No. It's not by anybody famous.
Okay.
But
Wild.
What was my point? Oh, I hate a lot of Christmas music. One, I never thought I'd hate a Christmas song more than I hate Christmas Shoes, because that's a bullshit song and I hate it. Christmas Shoes is a terrible Christmas song.
Oh god.
It's bad. It's not good, and it wants to make you cry for no reason, and it's bad, and it's sung by a child. Fuck that song. But also, Christmas Evil is weird hip-hop Christmas that's also not Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
We can't do Christmas song and also
It's up
be
there.
hip hop Christmas. Like, we can't do that.
I thought I was going to make the point that I hate the song more than I hate Christmas Shoes, and I don't think I can say that confidently. I might hate it as much as I hate Christmas Shoes.
Mhm.
I hate Christmas Shoes, by the way, people. Like, truly one of my
You
least
didn't
favorite
know.
songs ever written. One of my least favorite songs ever written is Christmas Shoes.
It's bad.
But
That song is bad, but this is bad in like a very different
a
way.
very
yeah,
different
it's
way.
like it's a weird combination of like attempts at hip hop beats with jingle bells, and I'm kind of just like,
Mhm.
yeah. There's been good. If you want good Christmas hip hop music, "Christmas in Hollis" by Run DMC. That's a good one. I like that one. It's a classic, and it's not. It's like not too Christmassy, but it's good.
So if you want the weird Christmas song I was referencing, it's called An Old-Fashioned Christmas, parentheses, Daddy's Home, close parentheses, by Linda Bennett. It's the weirdest Christmas song you'll ever listen to. Do recommend.
That song
Very
is
weird.
truly absolutely wild, that song.
An absolutely wild Christmas
Absolutely
song.
wild
but-
Christmas song.
But do recommend one listen through of that song. That song is better than this song. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
At least I went on a journey. This I didn't even go on a journey on. It kind of stays stagnant the whole
That
time.
song, you
Yeah.
truly don't expect any of the things that
And then of
are being
course
said.
the iconic reading
Jingle,
of
jingle,
Felix and the
jingle all the
Song,
way.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz
Oh.
Navidad.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
One of my-
the bridge is
It's so
the bridge
bad.
is truly the worst
One
part.
of my favorite lyrics of the song it's in Korean, but in the English translation, it's something like, "I hope my snowman is doing okay," and it just has no relation to any of the lyrics that come before or after it. It's just like thrown in there like that, and I'm like, okay,
I hate the fact
what are
that
we
they
doing?
realized. Again, I think one of the worst things that happened is someone realized that Felice sounds like Felix,
Oh.
and that's truly one of the worst things we've happened
Terrible decision.
this year. That year.
Awful.
It's awful.
Awful decision.
Bad ideas for everybody.
Yeah.
And yet here we really have reached the how shall we say, like the valley
Yeah.
of K-pop songs. We're going deep. It's
Oh,
awful.
it's
We
getting
hate it.
getting worse and worse, and I love it.
It's getting dark.
I know. It's unfortunate.
Because at number 7,
Yep. At number 7, we have a very recent addition. We're gonna have a
Oh,
couple of these here, but we've got "Macaroni Cheese" by Young Posse.
Macaroni cheese, I got macaroni cheese. Macaroni cheese, I got macaroni cheese. Under cream, pop it like a cheese. Under cream, pop it like a cheese. Put it in the freezer. Ooh, ice. Breakfast to dinner. So nice. 365 하루 종일 in your mouth.
it's fascinating
Macaroni
to
cheese.
be such a new group
cheese.
and such a new group
Yeah.
and making us so high on a list of the worst K-pop songs of all
know.
time. But like this song is
It's
gross.
bad. It
Like,
sounds
truly,
so bad.
It's like
It's
this,
gross.
like eating, like smacking your lips. Gross. It's like, ugh.
it's
Disgusting.
awful. It's awful and I hate it.
It sounds so gross. Like it, and the music video also looks so gross as well. It's just
And like
ugh.
this is not a song in structure. It has no structure to
no
it.
zero structure.
And it's just like not like I don't understand what the occasion of listening to it would be. Like when
No.
would you listen to
No
it?
clue.
I don't understand the appeal of listening to it in any capacity.
I know.
Because it's not even like I can stock my own syndrome myself. I don't know who these girls are.
Nope.
Who are you?
Who are these people?
Your first impression to me was bad.
Yeah. And it's just that, and then also the Webster's Dictionary definition of macaroni cheese in the song.
How we start
Yeah.
the song.
It's just, oh my god. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Uh,
Put it in a freezer. Ooh, ice. Another
do
line
people
that's
actually freeze their macaroni and cheese? Real
just-
talk.
I mean, you can. You can.
It
freeze
seems like such a
anything into
foreign
thaw
concept
later.
to me, though, because I never think
mean, if
about
you
freezing
make a-
pasta.
Oh yeah, you can freeze pasta. Absolutely. If you make like a large batch of like lasagna or something, you can freeze it and eat it later.
They definitely come in like frozen meal type stuff too.
There's also frozen meals.
of like pasta. Like those microwave dinners, like and stuff.
Mhm.
So you can do it, but I can't vouch for the quality of what it's gonna be after that point in time when you freeze it.
I don't know, it just feels very... The fact that we're having this conversation just makes me, like... This song just really not giving itself any favors
No.
whatsoever.
Nope.
I don't know, there's only so much you can say about a song that just sounds gross and doesn't really do anything at all to redeem itself in any way or make itself interesting.
the
Just makes it sound
Only
gross.
discourse around this song I heard is, well, it's not New Jeans. I'm like, okay, but no one. We're not saying that that's a good thing or that
Oh,
the song
no.
sounds good.
It's
We're
not-
saying it's not
That's like
New
saying
Jeans.
it's not good.
Yeah.
That's just saying it's not good. Because New Jeans is good.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Don't you know we have to hate on things that are popular, even if they're actually good popular
Even
stuff?
though K-pop community is the true bastion of toxic positivity.
I know, it's crazy how it works.
It's
Oh,
truly
ridiculous,
shocking
so
how
ridiculous,
it just goes
man.
around in circles.
It's awful. Oh,
All right. Here's a song we might actually have more to talk about.
we haven't talked about it in a hot second, so
No, we haven't talked about this group in a minute.
yeah.
Oh. All right. At number 6. Well, let's put it this way. It's named after a very well done British TV show. However, the execution of the song is more like the US version of this TV show. And that is by only one of the song at number 6, Skins. Z, with a Z. Z. Yeah. Oh boy.
The song that sounds like it's
It is the-
corrupted
Corrupted
file.
It is-
file.
yes, it
Corrupted
is
file
the-
song.
corrupted file.
Exactly,
They
the
fucked
US
up this
version
song.
of the TV show Skins.
Yeah,
Just saying.
corrupted
The
version.
corrupted
They made a
fire
Skins
show
reference
file
in
version of-
2024. Jesus. But no, this song sounds like shit. It's not the beginning, but like the worst culmination of only one of's weird is it queer baiting if they're real people? Question mark, question mark, question
might
mark.
as
Don't
well
love
be.
that term.
It
But-
might be at this point.
But still gayer than the actual BL they made, just saying.
Well,
I actually watched it. Awful times, regrets all around for everybody.
The fact that they made that BL and the plot of the BL is what it is, the company's like fully aware of what they're doing, and it
yeah.
makes
The
me
plot
feel
of
weird.
the BL
And
is
Yeah.
like essentially making these only one of songs.
It's bad.
It's a choice.
It's really bad.
But like realistically speaking, this entire song just sounds not even unfinished. It'd be one thing if it sounds unfinished. It sounds wrong.
Yeah,
It sounds like they fucked up.
corrupted.
Corrupted. It just, especially, like, it's truly nonsense. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm uncomfortable. It's also weirdly in the Nugu sexy
It is.
area. Just with
It
men.
is. It is in the male Nugu sexy area, and this is
A
like
way less crowded
Yeah,
landscape than
Men
the female
Nugu sexy is a nice untapped
Not
discussion
nice.
point.
Mhm.
I say nice in a very sarcastic way.
Not nice.
On
Not nice at all. Nugu
untapped,
sexy, very bad.
very
For everyone.
we at least discussed it, or at least you two guys have. And I agree with that discussion, by the way. Lovely video. Check it out.
Thank you.
Yes, check out the sexualization of men in K-pop video on our channel. Plug it.
think we
Yeah,
talk
and it's
about
very much giving that,
this
except
group a
it's
lot.
We
it's in
do,
a way
because
that's not
they
as
are very
common.
relevant for that topic.
It's in a way that's not as common with the men's, where they're just making them.
It's not that it's
you
not
know.
common, it's just different.
Uh-huh.
It's very common.
It's a different
not-
variant of the
just
men's.
yeah, it's the same color, different variant. It just this is just done in such a way that is so similar to the women,
Yes.
which is not common at all. That it's just a very interesting way of doing it. I don't know why it sounds so bad. Because none of, like, I don't like any other of the Only One of songs. Like, Libido is where this, like, really started.
Yeah.
And, like, that song isn't good, but it doesn't sound like the weird not song that this is.
Mhm. I think it's combined where it's like this like it's not the first time we've seen this like very bizarre concept that they're doing.
Yeah.
And then it's that combined with, I think this song really took that to another level. And also
Yeah.
just how much not a song the song
Yeah.
sounds like.
And, like, I do think Only One of has always had weird mixing. I don't know if it's just a money situation or that they want to lean into this weird electronic, like, evolved electronic bullshit.
Mhm.
But something happened. Like, it's almost that I can ignore what the actual members of Only One of are doing, because at that point, that is what they've been doing for years.
Right.
That my main issue goes to, like, what the fuck was the guy in the, like, mixing booth doing?
Right,
Was
like,
he
what the
high?
fuck's
What's
going on
happening?
here? Yeah.
Something was going on there.
Yeah. he must have been high, because
Like,
I'm like,
something is
the
wrong.
fuck is going
what
on?
are
Very,
we
very
doing?
wrong.
I don't know what we're doing. Something's happening.
Nothing good.
Alright. Nothing good can come from this.
Hmm.
You know where else nothing good can come from?
Oh man, one of our favorite people. Our favorites.
You know this group would have always been on this list.
Oh,
No.
And
crying.
we had to have a very serious discussion about what song.
We did. We did
was
have to
on
pick
this.
the worst of the worst for
We
that.
did have to pick this. And
There's
do
a whole
think we came
plethora
to
of
the
songs we could have
right
included in
conclusion.
there and from them in here,
But the one
Yep.
that we went with as the worst one, because number 5 we have NCT 127 with Two Baddies.
Too bad.
Like, in theory, here's the thing. In theory, we could have had multiple NCT songs. 'cause
Right.
We
We
could have just
could've.
picked one
There's a
per
lot.
subunit.
Right.
But we count NCT as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
and truly
We
the
do.
worst thing they've ever made is Two Baddies. 1, sounds like garbage.
Gross.
2, they're just yelling. They're
So
just
disgusting. What is a
3,
disgusting song?
They've never looked worse.
They look awful.
They look god awful. It just feels like a compilation and like just the end point of just the pure laziness that is NCT's
Mhm.
production in this era.
Oh
This
yeah.
era of Two Baddies and the current era, because nothing has changed.
Right. It's I don't even.
Like, what?
What are
What's
we
happening?
doing here?
Who are they? What's going on?
And I think this is really like them at their most obnoxious too.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
like
this
no
is-
one in
yeah.
here is like everyone is at their most obnoxious because sometimes there are
No
some
one
members
in
who are
here
doing
is-
okay, but everyone in
Yeah.
this song is just doing so much.
The most and the worst.
And this is when they started making Jaehyun start rapping a lot, and I don't know why we're doing that now. Why he's a rapper all of a sudden?
I don't
It's
know,
just
man.
like, oh man, it's
There's
so
also just
annoying.
both so many members at NCT, and I only feel like I see 3 of them.
Yeah,
Because we've also realized that, like, they don't really want to use half of them,
They don't.
including some of the talented ones.
they don't. They don't like. They
Wild.
don't like some of their members, and I feel like that's very clear
A
considering.
lot of them just feel filter, and SM treats them as
And
filter.
the problem
it's
is
kind
half of
a
the
shame.
filler is both the members that I like.
Yeah.
Sure, they've been used as filler the entire career, and also, like, Taeil, who's the most talented person in this whole group.
I can also, considering the fact that it's very common occurrence recently that one of the members of NCT gets left out of promo images or things in the album, because there's
Yeah.
so many of them and they just like can't be bothered to care about some of the members now. It's like, okay,
It's insanity.
What are we
honestly.
doing?
I greatly dislike everything about this
Yeah.
in every capacity, and I would like them to stop.
please.
Because, like, and I also would like them to stop infecting the other members of SM Entertainment with just their
that'll be great.
new version of a lot of electronic bullshit.
Yeah, just why everything about Too Bad is a good summary of like my dislike in NCT
It's
now.
them
which
at their
sucks.
worst.
It
Yeah.
sucks, and I hate it. I
And, like,
wish I could
everything
like.
about
I
this
want
song-
to, and I think I can say for us three that we don't want to hate SM.
No.
We're just
I mean, if you look
disappointed,
at the
severely
history of
disappointed
SM,
with their
we've
music
loved
production.
SM for many years.
Yeah,
There have been many years where we've enjoyed a lot of what SM's put out.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And I still think that there's like things in it that I enjoy. Even this year, like Key had a good album.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny had a good album, not a good title track. Like there's
Right.
Mhm.
we go into everything with an open mind. The problem is they just keep disappointing us.
I know. And everything with NCT in particular has just not
Gone
been it. Oh, it's
And
really
here's the
not
thing,
been
we
it.
don't even want to hate NCT. We liked NCT for many years.
And there was a point in time where I
At least a
really
couple
enjoyed
years
NCT.
minimum for me.
Yeah. I really
Kayla
enjoyed
and I
them.
own too many NCT
I
albums
own
to say we hate
way
NCT.
more NCT albums than I would like to admit. Like, one of the worst packaged albums I've ever seen in my life, but that's for another time.
Maybe that was that was the warning sign right there.
Maybe that was.
Maybe.
Maybe that was
Maybe
the
it was
warning
the
where
warning
it
sign.
all
sign.
went downhill.
Yeah. Ugh.
Next is a song that's a fever dream.
Oh God. Yeah, it's really, this one really came out of the recesses of Sammy's mind, and then I feel like I remembered it, but I like did not process what she was
You didn't
telling me
process that it was
about
a
when she was trying to tell me what the song was.
Essentially, I'm like, Kayla, I have this very vague memory of a song. It's terrible, but it's also, I think, called My Best Friend's Brother,
Yeah.
and that's not what it's
That's
called.
a song from Victorious. That's actually a very good song.
It's a good song.
Nickelodeon
but I-
show Victorious.
Very good song.
Very good song.
Highly
This isn't
recommend My
that
Best
song.
Friend's
This
Brother.
is not that
K-pop.
song.
This is like
Yeah.
such a terror. This is like the opposite of My Best Friend's Brother.
Yes, yes.
Because like
It is worse in a lot of ways than My Best
So
Friend's.
many
It's a lot worse. But at number 4 on this list, we have My Best Friend's Boyfriend by Daya. Best Friend's Boyfriend. A worse
no, I think
phrase.
it's just called my
Ugh.
friend's
My
boyfriend.
friend's boy. Either way.
Either way, it's still not good.
It's
So
bad.
it's essentially
Yeah,
about a
it's
girl
trash.
coming in and essentially just being like, "Well, you're my friend's boyfriend, and I'm your other girlfriend."
You're also my boyfriend, and I'm like, no.
but not in like
No.
a fun way where like not in like the Spice Girls. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Like you gotta be accepted by my girls kind of way. In a you're gonna cheat on your girlfriend with me, and this is what we're doing.
Mhm.
That way.
And this
I hate
the
it.
song
Which is
also sounds like shit.
Marley-lon, Marley-lon.
The song also sounds like shit. 'cause
Song also very
it's,
shit.
It sounds the only way I can describe it, it sounds bratty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of annoying la la la's. There's a lot of annoying like na na na's.
It's
just
bad.
incessantly playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always. It's so bad. You can't
oh
lison
my
to this.
God.
It's not listenable.
It's not at all.
It's not. It truly isn't. It's just like again, the production. It's just like
The music video is also really
I swear,
shitty.
was this their first song
music
they ever
video
released to the
includes-
public?
You can see the
'Cause
crew
jeez.
members in the music video.
And there's like
It's
also
so
like
cheap.
is this the one that there's also just like a green screen, but they don't
Yes.
use the green screen. It's just like there.
Like you see lighting equipment, you see the crew. Like there was no effort made here.
None.
It's really bad. And like there's a reason that this song, I feel like this song is so forgotten, no one would even remember to put it on a worst list.
Mhm.
But for some reason, it made an imprint in my mind.
Yeah.
Because, like, also, the song fully in the music video is fully in Korean.
Right.
So you have to remember what it's called to find it.
Oh, man.
You can't stumble upon it. You won't know what it is, but if you remember its name, it will come up.
You just have to pull it out of the recesses of your mind to, like,
Don't
what's
pull it
that
out of the
really
recesses of your mind.
awful song
Don't
that
do
somehow is, like, connected to Victorious in a weird way?
Victoria's song, Infinitely Better.
We don't need to drag Victorious' name through the
I know,
mud. They
that
already
song-
got it.
though.
They're
that
already
song is
connected to
great,
Dan Schneider.
though.
Give him a break. Victorious does not
That
need to be
song
dragged
is
through
good.
the mud.
I'm
Victorious
defending
is so it was a great show and also had great music. Honestly, note that
It also had very good
Yeah.
music.
I'm not a fan of Freak the Freak Out personally, but
oh,
you know,
Freak the Freak Out's a banger.
love
It's
Freak the
fun.
Freak Out.
But yeah, no,
Freak the Freak
Best
Out.
Friend's Brother, also a banger.
yes,
Yeah.
This song, not a banger.
not a banger. Daya's my friend's boyfriend, not a banger. Also,
Yep.
my friend's boyfriend as a concept of also not a banger.
I also
It's
like to point out that
questionable date your
Daya's
best friend's brother, but infinitely more acceptable that your best friend's brother than your best friend's boyfriend.
Yes, stealing
I
your
also
best
like-
friend's boyfriend is not it.
to really
Nope.
put a nice
Not
random
even
cherry on
stealing.
top.
She's not trying to steal him. She's actively trying to be a mistress.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's really bad.
Actively.
It's awful.
It's very bad.
To put a random cherry on top of this song, back in the day, before the 80s, there used to be a diet pill called AIDS. And guess who made their like fan club
I
name
mean,
AIDS?
I don't
Daya.
think AIDS is best known for being the diet pill name.
No, but
As
I figured
opposed
I
to
bring
the
that up
other
because it's just
disease that it's
awkward.
called.
Two ways where using the
Well,
word
no,
AIDS is
the
just
diet
awkward
pill
these
was
days.
named before the disease.
True.
The diet
Terrible.
pill comes first, and then the disease,
And then the
and
then
then
the Daya
Daya
fandom name.
the diet.
It's just like
fandom
maybe
name.
let's just not
Like,
use the
I
word
do
AIDS
think
for
only one of those is
anything.
incorrect.
Like maybe let's not use the word AIDS for anything because it will not be good.
I don't understand
Alright.
why
No.
we didn't think that through a little bit before.
I don't know, man.
Awful.
I would just
times.
said aid. Hello, aid.
Yeah, aid even. That's fine.
Aid.
Because that would have made more sense.
I know.
I don't know.
But then,
I
like,
don't
when
know.
you make it plural, it's like it's yeah, it's like oh, it's a
It
whole.
just
It's still
become-
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I know it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad
yeah.
decisions all around for that.
Just questionable decision making.
Yeah.
Easily the group that did not benefit the most from Produce 101.
oh, I think benefited the least from that out of all.
The
groups.
least.
Or about no. There's one person that benefited even less. That one girl that just disappeared.
Well, true.
The one girl that disappeared, then Daya, then everyone.
But she at
else.
least left a legacy from Produce that was not bad. Daya leaving an
that
actively
was
negative
being the
legacy.
original Hey one.
Well, she was actually
She was fine.
like she made
She was
real
fine, I'm being
she
mean.
made like real improvements on that show. She was
She
original
did,
Hey One,
she
but
did,
actually
unlike
made
other
improvement.
people.
Hey, real
Unlike
Hey
other
One,
people.
0 improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Anyways, number 3. Oh, you thought we already put out our worst SM song yet?
Oh, just
JK.
you wait.
All I
Just
gotta say is
you
surprise,
wait.
surprise. Surprise, surprise. It's our worst song from SM Entertainment. At number 3, it is by our not so favorite guy, Taeyeon, singing Sha-la-la.
We got the bombs. Wow, 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 wow. Bombs. We got the bombs. Wow, 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 wow. Bombs. We jumping around. Sha-la-la-la-la, I'm a nut. Sha-la-la-la-la, I'm a shine. Sha-la-la-la-la, take a nut. Sha-la-la-la-la.
Not like that, though. More like in
Yeah.
a grosser way. A much more
A
grosser
much more gross
way.
sounding
Much
way.
more gross.
It just sounds
the
gross.
recent
It's very fun that
2023
SM
worst song of the year as well.
Yep.
Wasn't that
And
bad?
also made it all the way up to third worst song
Yep.
of all time.
Yeah.
Really bad.
I mean, the song is disgusting.
I don't think it's
Sound-
recency
song is
bias
awful.
too that's letting us put us up here because
The man-
Oh, it sounds.
it's just
the man-
really not
Oh, it
good.
sounds so
Look,
gross.
What do you need to be a good soloist? You need to have the stage presence. You need to have the vocals for it. And
you need to be
be
cunts.
able to
You need to
carry-
be cunts, and he is
You need to
not.
be cunts.
He's not.
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. He has none of those things.
He's not doing it.
And the production is shit. And I have no idea. I haven't looked at if he had anything to do with the production.
Right.
But it sounds so much like NCT production
Yeah.
that I'm like, you
I don't think he did. Honestly, I
But
don't
no,
think
what
he
I'm
did.
saying is that, like, at the very least, usually when you are a soloist, you try to make a distinct image for yourself, as opposed to the image of the group you are in. For example, take the guy he is definitely emulating, G-Dragon. G-Dragon's music, as a soloist, has, like, sure, he's involved in Big Bang production, right? So it has, like, his vibe goes throughout both, but I wouldn't say any G-Dragon songs could be Big Bang songs.
Right.
That's not the energy of the other members.
Right. They're very different.
So it wouldn't work. Take other successful SM soloists. Take all the SHINee soloists, for example. No, we're not giving Move to SHINee. That's not the vibe. We're not giving Good and Great to SHINee. That's not the vibe. We're not giving whatever, I don't know. We're not even giving, like, Wendy solos to Red Velvet. That's not the vibe. Like, you make a distinct energy for yourself away from your group.
Yeah.
Nothing about this could not be an NCT
This
song.
could just be like NCT 127's next
terrible
comeback.
NCT song.
Their next song could have been that, and it would have been bad, but I would have said, yeah, that's a shitty NCT song.
Nothing about this is distinct enough from the NCT established unit that I would be like, yeah, no, this is a different person.
Right, exactly.
Absolute nonsense.
It's just him at his worst. And it's like him doing the worst type of NCT music, but it's just him. And him also not, like, being the best at rapping or singing and having to do the whole thing himself is just really, like, brings out the worst
Him
qualities.
having to do and also trying to emulate G-Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely
It's
trying
so
to be
G-Dragon
G-Dragon.
coded that
It
it's almost
is.
insulting to G-Dragon.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's just a choice of a person to give the SM solos to.
I
And
would have
one,
preferred, I think,
still-
almost any other person
Anyone
in
else?
NCT get a solo first.
My main issue will be
Taeyel deserves one.
Taeyel very much
Taeyel.
deserves
Mark,
one.
I
Mon.
would love Mark. I would love to see more Mark solos.
My main thing with the Mark solo is I worry about it for only one reason. And that's because I still don't think SM, while having decided that they are now going to be a partially rap-focused company, has yet to prove that they should do that.
Yeah.
Because all their rappers still suck.
Yeah.
Like, other than Mark, who can be written a good rap, I do not trust SM to give me, like, a fucking rap
And in the grand scheme of things, Mark
also
is
Mark
just
can't sing.
fine.
Yeah, Mark is not even,
Like,
like,
Mark is
the
just
best rapper out there. Like,
fine.
he's
No.
passable for a rapper.
But what I'm saying is that, like, compared to, like, other SM rappers, I would say that, like, post the boom of rap in K-pop, I do
Like
think
an
that they are
SM, Mark
putting
is the
a
best by
greater focus
default,
on
but
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
But that just, and then sort of they are focusing so much on the rappers, like Taeyong and Mark get so much more focus than everyone else in that group.
Oh, yeah.
That it's all, like, I do see them as trying to focus on rap in SM while still having no idea how to do that. They don't. They try. They have no abilities. So I don't know. That's the only thing that makes me hesitant about a Mark solo project.
Right.
Is that it would still be rap based.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like I think give me Haechan, give me Taeyil, give me I don't know. I think 10 recently announced he's coming out with something. Even that gives me more hope than just pure rap.
Right.
Yeah.
Am I lying that 10 said he was having a solo
No,
comeback?
they definitely said that. I
I'm
definitely
looking-
read an
oh, here
article
it is.
about it.
Yeah, I did too, and I'm like, I was looking for the article, and I'm like, did I just
Am I
lie
lying
on the
about
internet?
that? I'm lying to myself right now.
Am I the one putting out the misinformation?
I
Is
was
it
like,
me?
if you saw it,
Am I the problem?
I was like, if you had the fever dream of that, I definitely also had the fever dream of seeing that
and
announcement.
unless our fever dreams are starting to overlap,
Right.
All right. So number 2,
Second
Oh,
worst
boy.
song of all time.
second worst.
Takes the award
Second
for
worst,
most racist song we could think about.
Yeah, really. The most
I don't think
problematic.
Caveat: most racist K-pop song I can think about. I
That
can
we
think of
know
infinitely
about.
more racist songs
That we know about.
that we know about. But I
Yeah.
can think of infinitely more racist general songs I can
yeah.
Oh,
think
probably,
about.
yeah.
Definitely.
Woo!
Oh boy.
So at number 2, we have Tiara's Yeah Yeah Yeah. All right, so not take the racism out of it, but like pause the racism talk for 1 second.
Mhm.
1, why are they just yelling?
Yeah.
They're not singing.
Nope.
They're just yelling. 1, I think we've learned that we don't like being yelled at in K-pop songs.
We don't. If you're just yelling at us the whole song, you're not singing a song. Like, it's sorry, not a song.
2, why did we have to make it racial?
There's
Why did we have to use
truly
a Native
no
American
yeah,
war
why?
cry?
There's no
It just-
need for the
ugh.
song to be
The
the way
text
it
of the
is.
song.
There's no need for
No,
it to be
not a
like
good
that.
look for Tiara. Just
No.
not.
And
But-
like it's one of those interesting ones because there have been other K-pop songs. I specifically bring up like Boom Baya by Blackpink that has been accused of using it. And like there's like a question there.
Right.
I will not weigh in on that question. I
I think I know what you're talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
will
Because I'm like,
not-
wait,
I will
what?
not
And
weigh
I'm
in
like,
on that question.
oh.
They
Because
changed choreography
I've heard the
because
question
of it,
asked.
too. Yeah.
They changed choreography because of it, because also it makes the question a little more blatant. At least that someone was ignorant. This song, there is no question. Look at it. And if you have a question about it, look at the music video and tell me you still have a question about it. This is more racist than Peter Pan.
And Peter Pan is already
And Peter
bad.
Pan's real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Pan. At
Peter
least.
Pan is
And
real
Peter
bad.
Pan came out how many years before this song?
Exactly.
Well, the story is written from like what, the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Exactly.
So like,
Again,
I'm
but like this is from 2010.
Oh yeah.
This is not from the late 1800s. This is it's not even 20 years old yet.
Right. It's
insane.
Bad. Real bad.
Like, if this song had not, take out that aspect of it, if it was just them yelling at me, was on this list, because it's the worst Tiara song.
Mm-hmm.
But then you add the added thing of it being just so indefensible.
Right.
And, like, I don't mean indefensible in the way that I think that they are racist.
Right.
That's a line I will not like. I'm like,
yeah, that's like, I don't
a
know, I
little
can't
far.
speak on the members of
Yeah.
Tiara
I cannot
for
speak
that.
on it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
do
gonna
not
go
get
with-
us confused
I
in
wouldn't be
saying that the
surpri-
members
let's put
of
it this
Tiara
way.
are racist.
Let's put it
But
this way. I
they
would not
are
be
ignorant.
surprised if the members of Tiara very ignorant to anything about Native
yes.
American
No,
culture in the
we'll say
States. Would not be
yes,
surprising.
Yes.
Again, I think Korea in the year 2010, 2009, when this was made, would I say that they are super well educated on the plight of Native Americans? No!
No.
I'm going to say
gonna
they
say
still
no.
are, probably.
But
I'm going to be
at the
honest. I'm
same
going to say they
time-
mostly still are.
Yeah.
And I'm saying mostly they still are. But at the same time, no one has tried to make that a K-pop girl group fun, campy concept.
True.
Maybe if we're not educated on
Maybe
things, we shouldn't
maybe
make
we
them
shouldn't be doing
the
it if
concept
we don't know
of the
anything
song.
about it. Yeah.
Just a thought.
Just a thought,
Just
you
a
know?
thought. Just putting out ideas here
It's just maybe it's a topic of discussion for, for later.
for the people.
For the current day even.
For the current day people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. Number one.
Number one.
Something even worse.
Something
I would
even
know.
worse. I don't know.
Even
It's
worse.
awful. It's truly awful.
It's
Everything about it
truly
is
the
awful.
worst K-pop song.
Yes.
And honestly, with recent events,
With one of
I
the
think
worst
no one
people.
will.
No
One
one
of
was
the worst people.
No one.
I don't-
No one will disagree. I don't think. At least.
No. I don't think anybody will argue with me.
No. I feel pretty confident
No.
about this one. So our number one worst K-pop song of all
Ooh,
time
here we go.
is the wonderful song "Gang" by Rain.
Yeah. 다시 돌아왔지 내 이름 레인 스웩을 뽐내 woo. They call it 왕의 귀한 후배들 바빠지는 중 신발끈 꽉 매고 스케줄 all day 내 매니저 전화기는 조용할 일이 없네 wow. 15년을 뛰어 모두가 인정해 내 몸에 같이 하나자만하지 않지 매 순간 열심히 참 무대와 같이 자고 나니 멋이 어디가 36 오빠 또한번
I don't think anyone will really
Shocking.
disagree much.
No.
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 The man made a song that was made fun of
It was
at the
the
time
song
that it
was
came out.
so bad it became a meme. Like, and that's what
The song
revived
that was
his
so bad
career.
it became a meme, and then eventually Higher Music made a remix to it that better, albeit they
that,
didn't
like,
change the
Revived
beats
his career.
much.
No.
Other people
They
revived
revived
his own
his
career
career.
for him.
And, like, I want to point out that, like, sure, the song gets covered, but, like, people don't want to. Remember that, like, people, it's always the song that's, like, reluctantly here.
No, because people know it's a
Different
bad
places.
song. Like, it's a joke of a song. It's written
People
by
don't
a
wanna be
man
involved
who
with this.
we shouldn't continually be asking to judge survival shows given his
No.
failure to produce multiple
one
K-pop
successful
groups in the
The
past.
the man is a failure with continuing his own career. You think he's gonna help with the careers of others?
And I'm like, this is the least trustworthy person I would go to for advice for anything relating to being a K-pop idol. Like, why do we
Yeah.
keep continually going back to him? Like, he has nothing useful to say. We've seen his
Nope.
failure. Like, we've seen more of his failures than we have anything else. Like, what are we
the
doing?
man has yet to produce any other successful person other than himself, and you can't even attribute his own success to himself.
No.
Because before this, he was under JYP Entertainment when he got famous.
Mhm.
It's not that he's like a self-made man.
No, not at
No.
all.
No. Did it
And
take
then
him 18 times to
everything
get into audition to get into JYP?
And then
Allegedly
at
it
the
did.
same time, he then proceeds to just ruin the careers of others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
He sucks. We've talked about him so much this year too, and him and his awful music and his awful failure at making boy groups and managing any K-pop group he's ever tried to make. Like, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Like, if you're
can't
gonna
deal
manage
with
K-pop
him.
groups, maybe it comes, like, I wonder what he's doing. Like, is he trying to take control over it all, or is he getting...
I mean, at the very
shitty
least,
people
he is
to manage them.
incompetent enough to only hire terrible people. At some point, he has to. At some point, being the boss of this company, or at the very least the CEO, it all
Mhm.
does come back to him either in that he is terrible at
Yeah,
doing
he needs to
it,
get better people that know how to
or-
manage groups well.
or getting terrible people
Right.
to
Yeah.
do it. It's terrible
Awful.
in every way.
He's awful in so many ways.
Speaking of terrible things, here's some terrible statistics.
Well, yeah,
all right,
it's time
into
for
the
terrible
stats.
statistics.
So I decided I would just go through and just make statistics about our own opinions, which was terrible.
Right?
Bad ideas, but it's fine. So I did the gender breakdown. So we are at 60 men and 90 women. That is a 60-40 split.
Pretty good.
Honestly,
not
closer
bad.
than I
Not
thought.
a bad
I appreciate
split.
that it's pretty close to even.
Yeah.
It's close to even.
Not a bad split for us, too.
I
Like,
then went in and went a little bit. I then went in and it turns into a. We have 50 boy groups, 80 girl groups, 16 soloists, and 4 bands.
mhm.
So the bands being all men does make the and most of the soloists also kind of being men does change it a little bit, because then it makes it 53% girl groups, 33% boy groups, 10% soloists, and 2.7% bands.
Okay.
Which, you know, does sort of skew men, mainly just because all the bands are men.
Right, but I mean, that feels like it makes sense, at least.
And then I did company breakdown. These are just the top 10 companies that we've had on this. So as I'm at 28 entries,
Oh, tragic.
JYP had
Tragic.
19, YG had 16, MBK had 9. MBK is who has tiaras, so that's also partially where that all comes from.
Right.
Starship had 8, Cube had 7, MLD had 5, and DSP had 4.
Mm-hmm.
A choice.
Choice all around.
Choice. And then here's the concept breakdown. This is the fun one. I fully
Whoa.
subjectively decided to just figure out all the concepts for all the songs we had,
Mm-hmm.
and Girl Crush came out on top with 22 Girl Crush songs.
Uh-huh.
So we
But
only
it-
so it seems like we either just don't like girl crush that much, or we don't like a particular type
We
of
don't
girl
like a
crush.
particular kind of girl
Oh,
crush.
yeah.
Because a lot of the bullshit EDM
Yeah, the
went into
electronic
Girl
bullshit
Crush.
is all there, yeah.
Electronic bullshit went into our top 2 categories, which was Girl Crush and then just Badass.
Uh-huh. That's the
and then-
electronic bullshit for you.
There's the electronic bullshit categories. Then we went with Q with 18.
Yeah.
Cool with 18. Cool is where I just put concepts where, like, it's real vague.
Real vague concept.
Then we went with quirky, another thing we don't love.
Mhm.
Pure hip-hop, which also questionable. And
I
then
mean,
sexy.
I love hip hop. I think it's more so when K-pop does hip hop.
When
Is where
K-pop
it
does
gets.
The
hip-hop.
K-pop,
Yeah,
hip-hop.
it's where it gets.
questionable.
Yeah.
Eh,
And then sexy.
Yep.
And then there's more on here that I don't want to go through, but that, and then I also just made bands their own category of
That
song.
feels like it's correct.
It's hard, man. I don't know where to put bands. So then I went with most recurring groups.
Mhm.
Oh, poor
So
FX.
the most recurring groups were Tiara with 5, FX with 5, and then G-Dragon with 5. In that, I counted G-Dragon's, like, we have A-Boy, which is his solo song,
Mhm.
Coup d'etat, which is another solo song, Hi Hi, which is him and Top, Dirty Vibe, which is him, CL, and Skrillex, and then La La La, which is a Big Bang song. So he himself is on this list 5 times.
Yep.
So
G-Dragon
he's
the man.
third most. G-Dragon the man, the third, on par with FX and Tiara.
Oh god.
And then the most recurring individual person is Amber.
Yeah.
Because
That is
Amber
funny.
has 5 FX songs and also one of
And
her own
also
solo songs. So
this-
that's a total of 6.
I mean,
then
is it
here's-
shocking? Not really.
No,
No.
this is exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
And then the most recurring groups is just any group
And
that
people.
was on this list more than once. So, FX, G-Dragon, and Tiara were on here 5. NCT and WJSN. I counted WJSN as a whole, including all their
Yeah,
subunits.
WJSN as the real group, not on here once, but WJSN here with Mickey Mouse
No.
and the 2 subunits, and then like the weird Monster X subunit.
Yeah.
Like,
That's how they got on here 4 times. An actual WJSN comeback
mhm.
never made it on this list.
Yeah.
And then NCT as a collective.
Yes.
So we had you, 127, all of that, all
that
collectively here.
nonsense.
We had a bunch of people that were on here 3 times and a bunch of people on here twice. I think NCT gonna make it onto that 5 list real soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
NCT. I feel like within the year it's bound to happen.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's our statistics.
Yeah. Hooray. Very fun.
Hooray. Nothing
Hooray.
super surprising, but like an interesting thing to see laid out like this.
Yeah. Very
All
fun.
right.
Very fun statistics.
I spent way too much time doing this,
It's fine.
but it was fine.
I think it's a fun little thing to look at. And if no one else enjoys it, I enjoy them. I think they're fun.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a good time. This is
They're
great.
fun.
I love this.
So that was our worst list.
Hooray. Worst
Woo.
songs of all time.
We
What
did
a-
it, guys.
What an exciting way to
what a
start off the
project.
year.
With shit.
I mean, it's a good time all around. It was a weird. It's an K-pop's a weird genre.
Weird little time, but you know what?
Weird little time we had.
It's fine. It's the way it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Can't all be good, so
No,
here we
dear
are.
God, it can't.
So that has been Worst Songs of All Time. We are available on all podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel where we put all of our episodes along with fun clip videos occasionally. We do it to it being the start of the year. We're definitely have way more clip videos than we normally have throughout the rest of the year, so enjoy those for now, because it's definitely not going to be like that the rest of the
It's
year.
gonna peter off real soon.
Yes. But with that, we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.